Hello, Heroclix land. Welcome back to Talking Clix. I'm your host, Wespool. With me, as always, is Scott the Missing Link.
Good evening.
And we have a very special episode tonight. Tonight, we are sporting a third host. Who's our special guest tonight?
Tonight we have Mr. Josh Howard again. Welcome back, Josh.
Thank you.
So, Scott, why is Josh a host tonight?
Because Josh is participating in our Patreon and he is on tier 3. And I believe the tier 3 guy gets to be a guest host at least once a month.
That's right. So, we're testing this out. We're doing a special sealed breakdown of Strange Tales. So,
Why sealed? Because there's a sealed event coming up in King of New Orleans that has a 2v2 sealed element to it. So I figured, why not help out with some 2v2 stuff? At least in a sealed format.
So before we get started, did you guys do anything exciting this weekend?
I think I got food poisoning. I don't know. I got some kind of stomach issues going on. And I played in States yesterday.
State sounds interesting. How did that go for you?
3-2. I lost in the top 16, so I think I was 15th place overall.
Did you run your Beetlejuice team for Red, White, and Clix?
I changed up a little bit of stuff on it. I took off some of the the terrain elements. I bought an upper body last minute. They had one in the booth at the shop there. So I'm like, yes, let me take off the phone booth and put the upper body here. So it's like an easier fortify.
Mm-hmm.
So why not try it out? And then I had the treasure chest on the side. I kept forgetting to bring the treasure chest in. Anytime you KO somebody, you drop the treasure chest over there, and it's just a way to get extra powers. And I brought it in one time out of 6 games.
So how did you feel about the team overall?
One Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk did very well. A couple of Sinestro Primes were running around. I don't think they did as well as expected. Infinite was the number 1 seed going into the tournament, or going into the cut, and it wrecked shop. Like I said it would. 2 Infinites, one's on this board, and then he had Assist from Another World, calling in the other Infinite, and just blow up immediately because he doesn't have any tokens on it. And here's you some free damage right out the gate.
Josh, did you go to States this weekend?
No, unfortunately, once I found out back in November it was going to be my wife's birthday, that kind of shot that plan right out of the water. You definitely got to put the priorities in order.
So you see, you're saying unfortunately, like maybe it's fortunate that you didn't go to States and you saved all those other guys the pummeling you were going to give.
No. I'm ever so humble. I honestly, like, when people play a match and I hear them say like, "Oh, I would have won, but my dice rolls," and that's like the only thing they say, and they fail to give like their opponent, their due. I mean, it's not always going to be just your dice rolls. I mean, you can be humble and give your opponent their dues and say, "Hey, you ran a great team,
Absolutely.
and you ran the counter to what I had, or you just out strategized me." I think a little humility goes a long way.
So before we get into the actual tonight's episode, I had been pumping up the event to the group in South Texas, the Victoria group that Michael Strait and Justin Campbell are a part of. And they got 5 people to the event, and they didn't do as well as they had hoped. Justin made the cut. Everyone else was like 1-4 or 2-3 at the best, but none of them quit. They all played all 5 games. Okay. Most of them didn't have any prep time really, because they had people drop in and they would jump in, and they had maybe a week of prep time, building a team, trying to flesh it out and see how it plays, and then go to this event where they were definitely out of their natural element, but they did not give up. So good job, guys.
Yeah, good job to everybody that attended. I went to Indiana States a couple weeks ago. It was a good turnout. I was trying to do my best to follow events Saturday from home, but there was a lot of States events going on this weekend. We had Missouri, Kentucky, I think.
Yeah, Missouri, Kentucky. I
New
think
Jersey.
Alabama was this weekend, and Michigan, Texas.
New
So
Jersey, I
we had
think.
issues. We had issues going from fifth round to cut. They let us out for lunch, and we come back and they're like, "Oh, hey, we're not ready. The computer has lost the information for the cut." So they knew who the cut was because they wrote it down, but they didn't write down the matchups. So they had to go back in and start altering the matchups or putting in the scores from the previous event. So if you weren't in the cut, there was a lot of 0-0 losses in the final round there. So I don't know how that's going to affect the elo.
Yeah, unfortunately, when we're as dependent on technology and as great as technology is, if it goes down, we're in trouble. When I at RWC, I asked Matt, I was like, just in case, if we have any problems with HC units, are you well versed in the old pencil paper method? He's like, yep, I got you.
Gotta be.
But congratulations to everybody that attended States. It's awesome to see all these events going on and everybody having fun, everybody running their teams, and I'm sure all the other podcasts are going to do a thorough breakdown of the meta and what worked, what didn't. But congratulations to everybody, especially the winners, but just to everybody that showed up. It's just great to see such a lively Heroclix scene going on right now. All right, before we get started on the breakdown, Talkn Clix is a Heroclix podcast that focuses on the heroes of Heroclix. We are different than the meta breakdown, game analyzing podcast, which actually this episode is about, but we are all about the players and highlighting. What's that?
Oh, I want to bust in there. I'm like, we do break it down a little bit here and there.
Yes.
But our breakdown that we're doing today is a month in, so you have ideas of what these pieces do instead of doing the pre-game breakdown before you actually see them or pre-release breakdowns. This is, you've had them in your hand for a month. Let's get into what they can do now that you've already had them and felt the flavor.
And after you watch this, make sure you go back and watch Josh's episode when he was a guest on the show a couple weeks ago. A very entertaining episode.
It was many episodes ago.
Was it?
As we're putting out.
My timeline is all messed up. I can't. They all feel like yesterday. But if you like what you see here and you want to support what we're doing and how we highlight the heroes of Heroclix, please consider subscribing to our Patreon, much like Josh did. He won our monthly drawing last month, and he gets to be a guest host on the show. Every month we are doing a drawing, $5 above gets your name put in. For every $5 increment above that, you get an extra name put in for the drawing. And we always have cool stuff. I've given away some Scott Porter Pogs, some Lucas PJ Scott Pogs, some LEs. Who knows what I'll have next month. But we'll always have something cool to give away just for give us a little back scratching so we can do what we do here. All right, so let's get started. Transition to that.
And just so you know, Josh Howard was on the episode 9/7, September 7th, 2025.
Oh, if you flip over that 9, 6, 7.
6, 7.
Oh, please don't.
You can tell I have a 10-year-old.
All right, so if this is working the way it's supposed to be, the audience should be looking at Doctor Strange 001. All right.
You got an order you want to do for this?
Let's start with you, Scott.
All right, before I really get into this, I want to do a little preamble. Since this is sealed, I made my rankings off of not having any spell one-shot cards because you don't know if you're going to get those. So I don't really include them with my stuff. And that the vampire dials can get stupid strong. So I'm just going to lay that out there, that my rankings are knowing that the vampire dials can be strong and that you may or may not have the one-shot cards. So Doctor Strange, he's 75 points. I give him a 3 out of 5 stars on his 40-point line and a 4 out of 5 stars on his 3 out of 5 on his 75-point line and a 4 out of 5 on his 40-point line. I like how he plays with the pit crew effects of Prob, Perplex, and Outwit.
How strong do you think that first part of the trait is in a sealed event? Just getting everybody with Avengers, Mystics.
I think that can be really good. Well, for sealed, not feeling. I don't think there's a ton of Avengers team ability in the set.
Yeah.
Well, it's just got to be Avengers keyword. It doesn't have to be team ability.
Let's see here. Avengers keyword. We got actually a pretty good amount. We have let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pieces in the main set that have Avengers keyword.
And how many already have Mystics?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, you see, what's he really helping?
Come on. There we go. So now you're testing my computer and it's lagging. All right. It looks like most of them already have Mystics.
So he's not really helping in a sealed environment. Now in modern or silver, he helps out a ton. But in this sealed format, I mean, I like him. He's a really good common. So like I said, on his loadout, I play him he's a 4 out of 5 star. I really want him on my team.
All right, so let's make some ground rules at the top here, because this is a sealed environment. So, what kind of things are we really looking for that you wouldn't necessarily look for in a constructed environment?
I feel like theme team isn't super needed for this format, but it's super easy in the set because there's a ton of mystics.
I didn't pull a single piece in my 2 boosters that didn't have mystical keywords, so I just automatically had mystics. All right, Josh, do you have Clea in front of you?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's go over Clea. What do you think about her?
Really, honestly, I don't like her. 45 points. I mean, really, her main support power is going to be her TK, and 45 points for a top dial TK that goes away with 1 hit. I don't love, and I'm not really a huge fan of the Astral Cleas myself personally. I really kind of struggle with it because I mean, if you could hit her past that first click, then she's a decent attacker. I mean, either 11s or 12 for a precision strike with a 3 damage prob. It's not too bad, but the fact that she has E-Shield, you know, like 1 really good strong hit, she's off the board if she misses that top dial shape change. So I just think 45 points is a little much for somebody very, very squishy.
I was surprised in my sealed event that 3 out of 5 teams had Clea on them. And I was like, there's not another 45 points you could have found.
Okay, I want to be the devil's advocate to this.
Sure.
Like, I'm not, she doesn't ring to me like, hey, I must play this. But she does have this weird ramp up where she goes from the support piece to like, oh my God, now I'm going to have to be aggressive. So she's not the primary guy. She's going to be the secondary. She needs to get hit or she needs to hit somebody with mystics. And then she starts ramping up. She is a different type of build than what we're normally using. And there's a few pieces in the set after going back and looking at it. There are some different twists on things that I'm like, it's not our normal, but there's a flavor here that I really like. So she wants to go out there and deal the mystics damage or take a hit, and then she's going to be going for you.
Yeah, actually, I should go back. Clea's Astral is I like, and I even put it in my notes as an Astral I like because it does have top dial right away support, which is great. Like we don't have very many in this set that right away get with support. I would rather use the 15-point Astral Clea right away than to pay 45 points. And then, I mean, who's to say she doesn't die at the end of the game? And then who's she supporting? So I would rather put that Astral, kind of put a wall around it and try to heal up.
Oh, we're not even on the Astral yet. We're on the regular Clea.
And you're
well, the Astral was mentioned in it, so that's why I was like, oops, I did say I wasn't a fan of her Astral, but I kind of am.
Anytime that there's a generated figure that's associated with a character, I'm not really gambling on those in a sealed format because the chances of pulling the two things together are not always very good. But let's move on to Baron Mordo 003.
That's you, Wes. You're the lead.
That is me. 80 and 40 points. I played him this Saturday. I don't feel like he pulled his weight, but that might have been my error. People kind of ignored him. People weren't using their outwit, perplex, or probs on him or my friendly characters. I did get to use his outwit a lot. That was a big use. But as far as his healing factor, that didn't come into play. If they did target him, he went down too fast to actually make a difference. I feel like he should have done better than what I made him do. I think that was my mistake. In a steel environment, I'm definitely running him at 80 over 40 because at 40 points, he just goes down and you just wasted 40 points for nothing. You need those extra 3 clicks with the 11 precision strike and the outwit. It's just, I feel like he's an auto play unless he has something much better in higher rarities. But I like him at 8 points. I think I just screwed up my matches this weekend.
What you got, Josh? What you got on this Baron Mordo guy?
Honestly, I like him better at the 40. Like,
really,
I feel like 80 for no defense reducer is really hard, especially in this set where Mystics is like on everybody. So it's like if he's gonna take that damage and he's not protected from it, so he's gonna go down pretty quick. I mean, realistically, one hit, then he's off of his outwit, and then I mean that's one of his most useful features. So if they had Mystics, so I honestly kind of like him better at the 40, just because if I pay 80 points, I kind of want a little bit of a defense reducer.
I will say I handicapped myself a little bit because I paired him with a Darkhold Redeemer that prevent everybody from taking Mystics damage. So if I had been dealing myself Mystics damage and then healing from it, that might have made a difference too. I
mean, your build is super important there, Wes.
Yeah, but I felt like protecting my team from Mystics was more than keeping this one guy alive.
You see, I'm going to go that I love the 80 point dial, and he doesn't need a reducer. He's got a mastermind. You want to hit me? Here you go, Astral, whatever you are. There's 48 of y'all behind me.
Yep.
Or cats or dogs or whatever. This guy he is a monster at 80 points for what he does. And a 4 damage on either starting dial. That's like Jubilee at 40 points from the X-Men set. I know it's a different set with the pulse wave, but on her low dial, aren't you on his low dial? He's doing 4 damage.
It's rare to get a very good attacker on a common piece. I think he's a very good common for attacking.
Yeah, I like him at the 80. It just he's I don't know, no defense reducer, and then like you said, if we're basing this on like the figure and you don't know like what you're gonna pull around it, I don't know that for sure that I'm going to have something that I want to fodder the damage to. And there's a lot of characters that don't have flight, so like I feel like positioning and taking time to set up kind of is a little bit more of a thing. So like if you want to slow play a little bit to build you up a force to take that mastermind, then I mean great if you can do it, but I don't know.
I mean, the perfect mastermind fodder. That was Clea.
Yeah, he was my only flyer on my team, and he was able to carry around his mastermind fodder with him, so that was really nice. All right, so
yeah, I'm going to say I'm a fan of Baron Mordo.
Yeah,
5 out of 5 on 80 and 4 out of 5 on 40.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Actually, I like that. Paranormal Investigator.
All right, I like his dial length. I think his point value for 20 points and his dial length is decent. I got him at a 2 out of 5. I don't see any reason you shouldn't have access to Perplex, but if we're running against the the Mordo or the Doctor Strange, then you don't really want to be using that Perplex. But I don't know. I'm not a fan. 2 out of 5. He's got service, but he's not the best.
What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that you're always going to have the perplex. The outwit's going to be very situational. I mean, and if you do, it comes in handy with the improved targeting of the hindering. Um, Maybe shut off somebody's stealth. But yeah, I think he's solid for sealed. Like if you have the 20 points, I would definitely go ahead and use them because I mean that
Would you use
perplex
him over
just
an Astral?
depends on what I'm running. So like if I really am trying to if I'm using like a tent pole piece, I might want that support to make sure I can keep them going. Like I said, like an actual Clea. But if I have if I can spare the points and I'm not really running tent pole, I think I might use him.
All right, so this might be a hot take. I feel like people spend too much time on the last 25 points of their team, stressing about equipment and support figures. The day before states, somebody was messaging me just completely stressed out about the last 10 points of their game and what equipment to put on their team. And they were balancing the pros and cons between 3 different pieces. I was like, dude, just pick one. It's not going to. If the 10 points of your team makes a difference between winning an event and losing an event, or going and making cut and not making cut, like it has more to do with piloting than anything. Just pick what goes best for your play style, what you think will what you'll enjoy playing, and don't stress about it too much. The last 20 points of a sealed team, yeah, I want some perplex if I don't have anything else. It depends on what else I have going on. I think a stealth perplex is pretty good 20 points, but who knows what else is in the boosters. I would give this guy a solid 3. He's right middle of the road. He has his uses. I'm not reaching for him, but he would fill a hole if I had one. All right, Josh, let's talk about 005 Vampire. Arr.
All right, well, vampire. I mean, honestly, with the 15 points, I feel like if you can get that first hit, kind of guarantee it would be kind of one of those situations where you would like perplex to get that attack up to try to be successful if you're going to run him on him because I mean after that first heal, I mean then he's got exploit blades, so it'd be very nice for a 15-point piece. But I just think realistically, I mean, I don't love it. I mean, some of the mindless ones I really like in the set, and so like if I've got another 15 points, I feel like I'm probably going to go a different way than vampire. But then again, that's just me. I've never had tremendous luck with the vampire dials. I always plan to try to get to top dial, and it does not happen. So if you can build a solid team around it with plenty of way to maybe somehow bump up his steel energy, but I don't think that there's anything, if I recall right, in the set that like makes your steel energy like heal by 2. So I think the one time I pulled one in a sealed, I honestly went for a different 15-point piece.
Where are you at, Scott?
I am going to say that this guy is the rope-a-dope. Does somebody want to see him get the top dial? The player wants to see him get the top dial. Your opponent want to see him get the top dial? No, they're going to go focus that guy down so he doesn't get the top dial, so he doesn't get any heals. And if they're targeting the vampire, Baron Mordo, Doctor Strange, y'all go have fun. Let them whoop on his vampire or focus on his vampire. Because if not, that vampire can easily start growing. And they can get stupid. Like, what's his top dial?
8, 12, 24.
20 defense for a 15-point figure.
So are you using him as bait to...
Yes, he is a bait piece.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like as a bait piece, I mean, he's literally eating up your opponent one action at his 15-point because, I mean, he's
That's
got
if they
combat
hit.
reflexes.
They
Well,
got
I'm
a
sorry,
hit.
was that?
They got a hit.
Yeah,
That is true. They
he's completely
do have to
ignorable.
hit. I mean, in this set, there's quite a bit of outwit, and then there's the possessors and the patrons. I mean, I really feel like somebody's going to shut down that combat reflexes, and then a 17 in today's game is pretty easy to hit, and just doing 2 damage, boom, he's gone. I mean, we even
Yeah,
have some
that's
poison
one less
pieces in here.
focus that they got on Mordo or Doctor Strange or someone else
I mean,
later down the
yeah,
line.
I feel like it would eat up an action to take him out, but like for 15 points, do I want a figure on my team that just is gonna, possibly eat up 1 attack and then they're right on me anyways? Like, I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm a little bit more defensive, so if I'm gonna run something out there to
Catch
bait
bullets.
people, like I feel like if I want something out there to tie up, I want something a little stronger that can eat up more than 1 action.
Okay, I'm putting him just underneath the mindless ones that we're going to get to shortly. The mindless ones is bullet catchers, chef's kiss, because they're dealing back the Mystic's damage. But these guys are right there underneath the mindless ones, because if he heals up, if you're going to not attack my vampire and
that's
go
a
after
big
somebody
if,
else,
Scott. That's a big if, because
I mean, it could be a
that
big
10
if,
attack,
but
he's
it also happens.
he's hard pressed to heal up.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think if you have the perplex and you want to run him, great. But otherwise, like you said, the mindless ones are higher on my list just because, if you KO them, then there's a possibility they're coming back or they're adding a good effect to my benefit. Whereas he dies, I'm out of peace.
All right,
He's
so
underneath the mindless ones, but he's up there for me.
yeah, he's. I mean, it's 15 points. Like, we're spending way too much time talking about 15 points. It's
There's a bunch of them in the set.
It's there. It's got its uses depending on what you're building with. It's 15 points. Who cares? I do think he's rather ignorable. So the bait thing, I see where you're going with it, but if I'm facing this, I'm just completely ignoring him. Like, yeah, you can scratch at me with your 10 attack all you want. I'm not too worried about it. All right, my MVP of the game, 006 Darkhold Redeemer. Enhancement / adjacent friendly characters have safeguard mystics team ability. I love this guy.
Okay, that's his damage power. He has that on his first 2 clicks.
Yeah, I love this guy. Baron Mordo just carried him around like a little pet and can place him adjacent to other friendly characters. Use the enhancement to attack people from range. I just stayed out of people's close combat. I think he only died in 1 game. People did not take him seriously, and I just kept pinging them from range and not taking mystics damage, and they never realized, hey, that 20-point piece is what's keeping them from taking mystics damage. But I loved him. I think this is probably the best 20 points in the set, I think. Because there's so much, like, probably 95% of the set has mystics team ability. Just keeping him adjacent to your friendlies and be able to attack without worrying about it. Chef kiss. I love that. I couldn't imagine. The only thing to make that 20 points better is prob. But other than that, I love it.
Go ahead. I know you're chomping. You're ready for it. Go ahead, Josh.
No, I totally agree. Like, he honestly was so good. I mean, the second event I played and sealed with him, he was the enhancement didn't come into much of a benefit because, of course, I pulled Hulk, which is going to be close and everything else, and in mindless ones again going to be close. So I had to try to carry him around to keep them by him, but at least the protection from the Mystics, which is, I mean, it's oversaturated in the set, is still going to be good whether you get the enhancement off or not. Because we do have so many people that I feel like could easily take the Mystics damage. So that protection can make or break a team.
All right, Scott, tell us why this piece sucks.
No, this piece is actually better than the other 20-point piece that we discussed a while ago, the Paranormal Investigators. This guy is so much better.
Absolutely.
And this set to me feels like a very range-oriented set.
Yes.
I mean, you have your mindless ones and you have Hulk and you have Blade, but most of the set feels very range oriented. And this guy giving the enhancement slash protection from Mystics with Force Blast, because if you come and base me, get out of here, guy, and then go ahead and shoot him. So I'm on board. I got him as a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I absolutely love him. For 20 points, I don't think you can ask for much more. All right, Scott.
Ask for prob, Wes.
Well, yeah, but if they threw on probs, it wouldn't be 20 points. It'd be 25 or 30 points.
30.
Yeah. So for 20 points, I think it's a very reasonable, good dial. I'm actually really impressed with this 4 clicks. Like for 20 points, 4 clicks with what he's got. I love it. All right, Scott, I know you're a kitty man. Tell us about the kitty cat.
Cat Familiar. I got him as a 3 out of 5. 15-point prob. I love prob. Not really. But hey, you got the ability to KO yourself for a special prob out of it. So it's not the worst thing ever. So 3 out of 5, borderline.
Josh?
Yeah, I actually really like this piece, being the small size. I mean, it's gonna be super easy to carry around, which is probably what you're gonna do with it. And the prob is nice, and then I kind of look at the 15 points. If you want to do that special prob, is kind of like a 15-point one shot. Like that's kind of how it feels to me. Is like a one shot like level power.
Yeah.
That on a figure that I could have been getting prob with, the whole game. So it feels fair. I think it's overall pretty good.
I want to give you kudos for that, calling that a 15-point one shot. Very well, sir. Very well. I didn't look at it like that.
You're 100% right that it's a 15.1 shot. You're 100% wrong for it's any good. You can get out of here with that. As much as I love probability control, I hate when it is very situational, circumstantial, and only being able to target adjacent characters, and then you have to KO yourself. Like that, you carry around for that one feature, and then you're not doing anything with the 9 blades. Like you might as well just get the vampire and try to get it up ramped up. So
Yes.
Yeah, but the micro size, all the people who can't fly could carry this piece. So like, there's not too many people that are carrying mass amounts of people in the set. I mean, we have a super rare that can, but like other than that, there's not like a whole lot of I think there's maybe 1 or 2 other people that can carry more than one person, if I'm not mistaken. So the small size, I feel like anybody's going to carry it. And in a set, if we're sealed, I'll throw this on. I'll throw the kitty cat on a Hulk and let Hulk pet the kitty for a little while.
I want to jump in for a second here, Wes. I like the fact that it's tiny, because even if I am a flyer or if I have a giant reach 2 or whatever, what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry the cat. I'm going to drop the cat right in between you and me, and I'm going to punch you or I'm going to shoot you over the cat. And now you're base to this cat that will have an 18 defense up close that you have to deal with before you touch me.
yeah, you have fun with that. He's never leading the booster for me at all. Yeah, I'd rather play under points. Than, well, that's an exaggeration, but this is my
15 points somewhere else.
If this is my last 15 points, I'm hurting because I hate this piece. Anyway, well, we each have our opinions. Who's up, Scott?
No, I did the cat. It's Josh.
Okay, Josh Enchantress, my other MVP of the game.
Enchantress, I honestly, I don't like her. 45 points feels extremely gimmicky with with her trait, or not with her trait, her special damage power. I mean, in a smaller map, I mean, like, if I dictate what square you move into, I mean, most of the time, after at least 1 or 2 turns, you're pretty much all going to be where you're going to be the whole game. If not, you're within a sidestep of getting where you need to be to hit someone. So I just don't, I'm not a fan of her. I mean, I like the TK, but other than that, I don't think she's much to write home about.
Oh man,
Scott,
go ahead, Wes. You have it. You called her an MVP. Go for it.
Okay, Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sidestep TK is a beautiful combination aim to start off with. Her special damage power, when an opposing character within range of line of fire would move, you may choose the first square that character moves into. That
Now,
came
wait,
into
wait, wait,
play.
wait.
Huh?
It's not a capital move. It's not a move action. It could be a sidestep.
Correct. It's anything but a place.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, that came in huge so many times. If they had like a 6 charge and I moved them 1 square back to start off with, and then they couldn't reach the square they were trying to get to, there was a couple times where I was posted up on the ledge of an elevation, and I made them change elevation on their first move, and then they were just stuck. They can't finish a move because they weren't flyers. I just the fact of being able to make them reposition and potentially not get to the square they wanted to, or change elevations and not be able to move at all, on top of the sidestep TK, for 45 points, she was my MVP. I loved it. I just the nuances of that ability could not be understated or overstated.
I will agree with you 100% on that. The nuances of that ability cannot go overstated. It is phenomenal. And then if you want to go up there and mess with her because she's messing with you and your positioning. So once you hit her, you turn her to a mind control piece that has invincible. Granted,
Oh my god, that was the other thing I did. They did tap her to her 12 attack with mind control, and then she was just making them slap each other around. It was so much fun.
Now, I wish she had another target or a 5 range or something, but I think what she does is chef's kiss. And she's 45 points for 6 clicks of life. Yes, point economy works out for me.
Yes. I think if she had the 2 bolts, I would have agreed with you a little more. I felt like, I would say my big attack for her, and I mean with the range of 4, I'm not too worried about it. Like, it's plus with her just having sidestep.
I'm just saying. So if you have a hypersonic speed and they come in and they slap one of your guys, I'm not saying there's any hypersonic speed in this set. I don't remember seeing much of, if any.
There's a lot.
If they come in and they hypersonic speed one of your guys and she can see it, whenever they try and go away, that's just going to be 1 square out of the norm that they're going to have to move through.
Mm-hmm.
My only
if they started in that area of her range, because it says if it's within her range of line of fire,
they attack. And then she's within range and line of fire, then they're going to move again. So she's modifying that movement route that they want. I feel like it is just very powerful. The placement is going to be powerful.
My biggest complaint
blocking.
What's that?
I'm sorry. I said I feel like you could realistically, with the maps that came out for this set that we played in sealed, like you could definitely in that hypersonic speed behind a wall, or anything like that to break that line of fire to where she's not going to be able to effectively use that as easy as you would hope that she could.
Yeah, I mean it's a niche thing, and I like it. I'm on board for it.
Yeah, my biggest complaint about her, actually my only real complaint about her, is that she's a walker. She really should have flight, and that would just put her over the top for me. That was the biggest problem. It slowed me down, was her having to walk. But I worked around it. It slowed down the game a little bit for me, because I was counting on elevation. That was my saving grace, was being able to post up on elevation and snipe people. So only having Baron Mordo as my flyer sucked. So she had flight and was maybe, 50 points. Is that too much to ask for flight 50 point Enchantress? I don't know. I like her. I think that it's very niche, but she worked out very well for me. And I think if you play her correctly, she could be very beneficial as a defensive piece. Who's up?
Yes, you're up on Mindless One.
Mindless One. Oh, it's named after me. All right, so of course I get this one. I'm not a fan of goons. It's just not my play style. I get it. They have uses. but I'm going to be hard pressed to play Goon. I'd rather play that Vampire over this. At least the Vampire with its 10 attack can, get bigger and better. The same with a 10 attack just dies and brings something else in possibly and still give your opponent 15 points. But being able to potentially heal a friendly character 2 clicks is pretty good. But you're sacrificing 15 points for it. And other than that, while he's on the board, he's not doing much for you. So not my piece to grab, but I'm sure Scott will tell us why.
That's my take on your take is thumbs down,
Okay.
farts down. Mindless one at 50 points. Man, why are you running him at 50? Run him at 15 points, please. He's a mystic goon. He's going to be giving them the damage feedback and generating another goon potentially or healing somebody. I never count on support or healing because if I'm going to kill something in a turn, I want you to kill it. I expect you to kill something that you're focusing on in a turn. I'm not going to have time to heal 99% of the time.
All right, so I have a dumb question. Has there been a goon that you don't play at your 15-point line? Has there ever been a goon that you play at full dial? Because I don't even know why they have that.
There are cases where you would play them at 50 points, but it's very limited. Like I love the Thunder.
Yeah. I just feel like most of them they just make them 15 points. Like why
Okay,
even give them that other dial?
If you're gonna run 3 goons at 15 points or 1 goon at 50, and you have the capability of having 3 of the same goons, obviously you're gonna run them at 15 points.
Right.
And just to clarify, he's actually 40 as I'm looking at him right now. He's not even 50.
Yeah, it's one of the rare ones. It's kind of an odd number, but
40 points. I'm sorry, I miswrote that down. Plus, he's a tie-up. He's a freaking plasticity piece, and he's got empower. So, hello. There's not a lot of close combat in this. There's not a lot that you want or have in this format for sealed because this feels range heavy to me. But if you can't go wrong being up close either. I mean, the Vampire likes.
This one's just going to sit in the litter box with the cat for me.
Josh, you got anything to add to this mindless one that I missed?
No, this mindless one, I mean, he's pretty much everything you want in a goon from the set. Like, we've had other goons in other sets that are just kind of like, they don't really add anything beneficial, but like 4 through 6, I'm regenerating another tie-up piece. So I'm getting them back. 1 through 3, I'm healing a monster mystical, which is pretty much everything in this set. 2 Clix. And honestly, in 2 different events, I pulled Hulk, so I'm kind of biased, but that Empower was so crazy on a tie-up piece. Like, I'm going to use them, tie you up, and then I'm going to get my guy in there and smack the hell out of you. And then, okay, so what? You hit him? Well, then now this piece over here is going to heal, or I'm going to regenerate that tie-up piece next to you, and I'm still getting the Empower. All
right, so this is a good time to bring this up. In a sealed, specifically sealed environment, when it comes to generating goons and pieces like that, do you have to have that many physical figures to bring them in? Like if you KO this thing and you roll a 6, can you bring it back in and just score the 15 points?
Yes. We put a dice marker down to say that you've scored the 15 points or a token down to say you've scored the points. Bring it back in.
I just want to remind the audience of that because I've heard it's not the case anymore, and I checked and it is, and people were telling other people wrong. So if you have a goon, you have infinite number of goons with one figure.
But what you can't do with this goon trait is that if you kill a mindless one and you roll it to bring in another goon, you can't bring in the other mindless one that you don't own.
Correct.
You have to have it in your boosters to do it, or you have to have it with you if you're playing at a sealed event, or a constructed event or a Silver Age event. You have to have these extra goons with you. Now, granted, if it's just the same one that you're bringing in, put a counter down, use the same one.
All right. Yeah. Glad we clarified that because I know there's people out there that have been given wrong information, and I wanted to clarify that. All right. Who's got Shield Spy?
I got number 10, the Shield Spy. I really didn't put any effort into this guy because I don't like him. He's a 1 out of 5. His dial length is okay, but he needs a lot of work to be decent to me. So sorry, Shield Spy, you're not in my wanna playlist.
Why is he 40 points?
He's got 5 clicks of life, and he's stealth his whole dial.
I don't care.
But I don't know. He gets outweighed on a theme team, which you're probably not going to get in sealed unless you happen to pull a shield booster. Range combat expert, but only if another friendly character can use leadership. So he needs to be in a booster pack with Nick Fury.
All right. Josh, do you have anything good to say about Shield Spy?
No, I mean, there is a fair amount of leadership, but like you can't really count on that. And I honestly agree. Like if you pull that the shield booster, then great. I think he's a great fit. But otherwise, I just don't think he does it for me.
No, he's staying in the litter box. All right. Nick Fury, life model decoy. Is that right? Life model decoy?
Life model or module, whatever.
Yep. All right. Another goon.
This is Josh to break down.
Oh, Josh. Sorry.
Yeah, so he's another goon, but I feel like he makes an okay secondary kind of style attacker. Again, if you're running a shield team, but otherwise, if I pull him in a booster and I'm really not able to utilize that 1 through 3 to potentially get a shape change, which even again, I mean, it's just for that turn. So essentially, they could attack everything else and then him, and then he dies, and then he's not really giving shape change to anyone. So I feel like while he's a decent attacker, and if I need another attacker in the mix, I'll do it, but very situational, little squishy, kind of situational. I'm not a fan.
All right, so here's my problem with goons. I want them to be able to do something while they're on the table. Most of these, you bring them in, and you're just counting on getting that roll out when they die, and you get to bring in something you actually want to use. Like there's been ones with poison or blades, something that's you can actually use while they're on the table for 15 points. A poison figure, awesome. But for a sidestep, no attack, like it just, it leaves a bad taste.
I want to fight you on this, Wes. I want to fight you on this.
Okay, go ahead.
Goon. A goon is not a mastermind at anything. A goon is not a leader. A goon is a bullet catcher. A goon is just the bottom rung dude. Be like, hey, come here. You don't know nothing. Catch that bullet. Next, catch that bullet. They are the mastermind fodder for your actual leader of the group.
Or the tie-up, or the distractor.
Yeah, they need to be able to do something to make them even worth attacking. Otherwise, they just stand there and look pretty.
He's an 18 defense.
And top dial, he's got range combat expert, so he's what is it, like 11-3? So
11-3. I mean, on low dial,
yeah. So you don't want to ignore him.
All right. So for me, he's a John Cena. I don't see him.
Oh, Wes, you sound so negative on this set. I mean, the goon is not terrible.
I'm negative on goons. I like the set. I'm negative on goons.
He's at least a 2 out of 5.
Wes is not a gooner.
My wife loves the Goonies. I am not.
All right, Wes, you're up on the Wand Agent.
Wand Agent. What does Wand stand for?
I have no idea.
All right. This was not an MVP, but he was very useful on my team because I was leaning into the range effect. So I would have everybody bundled up together. He would give everybody the shield TA. Somebody would use the power action to beef up the range and damage.
It's just the damage. You already automatically get the range.
Right. But you're getting both. But the main thing was the damage. So I beef up the damage, range shot, go shoot somebody. Yeah, I think for 15 points, this is what I want to see. He's got Empower, and he's got the shield TA just handing it out. I like him. I wish that he actually was a goon and had something else they did.
You want a goon now?
Yeah, okay. See, this is what I want from a goon, though. He's got a 1545 point dial. He actually does something useful on the 15 points. And then what? Like, cool. 2 clicks for 15 points. Does something cool. I wish he had the goon rollout. But even without that, I'm never playing him at 45.
Why? He's good at 45 too.
He's okay at 45. But for 15 points, he's very, very cost efficient. I love him at 15. I like him at 45. And this is what a goon should be.
I am like floored right now. Everybody at home, please catch this. He did not. He said mindless one was litter box.
Yes.
And mindless one had empower, same as wand agent. And also, if you have team ability, giving you shield TA and a better defense and plasticity to tie up somebody. And he say 15 points for a 16 willpower defense with empower is too much. Or is better. Like the stats alone were better on mindless one, and you said he was litter box. 45 points. I feel like he's great. Like
he's
like
giving
Scott
the
said,
enhancement
there's a
without
lot of range. There's a lot of range. Plus, he's given the enhancement, and he's got penetrating. Like I'll take the 45 points with him all day in a sealed. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying he's meta worthy, but like for sealed, I don't think you could really ask for better 45 points.
No, I like him at 45. But
no.
I think he's
You
better
can
at
ask for
15.
Enchantress at 45 points.
What?
I said you could ask for Enchantress at 45 points.
That's true. See, that's my thing. I feel like 15 points versus 45 points. I could get more use out of him at 15 points and use some other stuff with him than putting all my eggs into that one basket at 45 points, and he doesn't live that long. But
how about this, Wes?
15
You want to know
points.
why I don't like this piece? I'm not going to say I don't like this piece. You want to know why I don't like him at 15 points?
Because I said I do.
No, because one energy explosion and you have 3 of them together to cover your 45 points, one energy explosion kills them all. Thank you for the 45 points you gave me.
So
They don't come back, but the mindless goon could, or the mindless one could come back, or
thank you, Josh.
heal something.
Thank you, Josh.
So like he's so much better. Like and I'm not saying the wand agent is bad, but like you can't like crap all over the one with the better stats and the better, after gets KO'd effect, which they're gonna get, because let's be realistic, they're 15 points. Like plus, like I said, being able to copy the TAs.
Remember what I said though. I want something that does something while he's on the board. This guy is doing something while he's on the board, not after he dies.
Nah, I'll take the cat over this guy at 15 points.
No. What?
I mean, I do like what he's doing, but nah, the cat's harder to kill.
I think that food poisoning went to your head, Scott.
Maybe.
I don't know. All right,
Or
so
the hair dye did.
I think we can all agree that he's good. The shield TA hanging that out on a very range heavy set is good. Yes?
Actually, I have him at a 3 out of 5. Where I have the cat as a 3 out of 5. So,
Oh, Scott. Okay.
I can be wrong. I'll tell you the worst that I was ever on selecting a piece and saying this guy's going to be rubbish was Scarab. I thought Scarab was going to be hot doo doo. Scarab was phenomenal. I was totally wrong on Scarab.
All right. So the amount of times that I shot somebody with my 4 attack and then hit them for 5 because of the shield TA, I love this guy. Just that fact alone, be able to hand out shield, take that power reaction, and beef up my range attacks.
That's his saving grace is the team ability thing.
Yeah.
All right,
kidding.
I'm kidding. I believe I'm up next with Astral Dormammu.
All right.
This is probably my favorite of the Astrals. So I got him as a 3 out of 5 star, 15 points. All of the Astrals have a super sense of 4 through 6, so we don't have to mention it again, hopefully. He gives an adjacent piece a -1 to attack, and he has combat reflexes. So enjoy that 3-point swing on your attack versus my defense whenever I get there. So, yes, love it.
Josh?
Yeah, I think the unique modifier is really good. I mean, being able to shave off a little bit of attack, I'll take it. My hot take: I honestly wish the Astrals had flight. Like, I don't understand why they don't. I feel like majority of the time we see an astral, it's flying. It's able to move through, through the sky, through anywhere it needs to, walk through walls, and yet
He's
these
phasing.
ones
He
don't
can walk through the
fly.
wall.
What?
He's phasing. He can walk through the wall.
Oh no, I'm just saying I just would have liked the flight too, though. Like,
Yeah, I agree. All right. Just for clarification's sake, if you have 3 of these, are they modifying attack -3?
No, unique modifier means 1.
Thank you. Yeah, he's solid astral projection for 15 points. I don't have much to say about it. He's good.
All right, Josh.
Astral
all right,
Witch.
so Astral Scarlet Witch. Honestly, I really like her. It's kind of going to be one of those pieces that again I would like to carry and then kind of build a wall around. I know the energy explosion could be good, but like I really don't want to lose that safeguard opposing prob. So I feel like that's more of her highlight than the fact that she has energy explosion. So if I put a wall between her and the opponent, then she's pretty useful that way. I mean, I guess you could. I don't know. I guess you could bank on that energy explosion, but like I don't know. I like the damage power too much to try and risk it.
I want to go back to something you said on the last projection with the flight. I agree with that, but I also feel like the astral projections should each say this figure does not block lines of fire, because I feel like they're all translucent and you should be able to shoot through them.
So
I
then
don't
it
feel like
shouldn't
they're, I
require
don't feel like
breakaway
they're
either.
solid objects.
Shouldn't require a breakaway against them either. Then, by that
Yeah,
mindset.
I agree.
But you at this point you want to treat them like a construct.
More or less, yeah. But that's just my personal take on it, but it doesn't mean anything. But yeah, I agree with everything you guys said so far about her. I don't have much to add. She's pretty
Okay,
good, 15 points.
explain to me what safeguard opposing probability control is.
So,
Are you talking to me?
Either one.
So you're safe from your opponent probbing your attacks. Like or am I
yeah, you're right.
somehow am I
No.
tired
You're
of
correct.
saying
I
that
just want
wrong?
to make sure.
Yeah,
I'm
so
clarified on that. So
I felt like earlier I messed up some of my words, so I had to like double check. Yeah, so I there's a lot of prob in the set. I mean, there's the patrons that give bonuses to the prob and stuff or give prob.
So
So
what
I
you're
feel
saying is that in constructed the 50-point chase Freya can suck it.
yeah, but I mean, that's not all I would run Chase Freya for. Like I would run Chase Freya for the terrain.
I'm just saying,
And not only that, I
based-
believe Chase Freya has marksman keyword too, right? So like
Yeah.
I would put arrows on her and everything else. So you can still ideally kind of run her. I mean, it wouldn't be like a total kick in the nuts to see Astral Scarlet Witch across from you, but
no, it's not. It's just I just wanted to highlight that because there was a Freya come up in one of my games at States, and it was annoying that she took away probability control. And I don't even like probability control, but she took it away. So thank you, Freya.
Yeah, this is a really solid 15 points. I like it. All right. Agatha. It was Astral Agatha all along. Outwit, but only to target an adjacent character. Doo-doo. As far as the 15-point projections, I mean, an end cap with just an adjacent outwit. Yeah, I don't. This would be my least of the Astrals.
I mean, this is the most mobile of them.
Yeah.
Or one of the most mobile.
But so what? She can move, but she can't do anything. She can't fly, and she's only in capping, and she is only being able to outwit if she's adjacent. If they would at least give her like I don't know, plasticity. So that, yeah, you move
She's a
adjacent.
ghost. She's gonna have phasing.
No, you want to use her to tire him up. So you move Jason out with them, and they have to deal with your plasticity to break away. So you can out with them next turn too.
You just said you wanted Ghost to fly and walk through stuff and not have to break away.
Thank you, Scott. I was like trying not to say anything.
Well,
but I was like the same thing. You said that they shouldn't block lines of fire and everything.
For this one, because she doesn't have anything else going for her.
I can see that though for this one. I mean, there's no combat reflexes or anything. 17 defense. Yeah, I can see it making a special exception for her.
Yeah, just because she's. I just in today's game, NCAP is probably one of the most useless powers. There's too many ways to remove tokens at the beginning of your next turn anyway, and if you're wasting time putting tokens on somebody instead of damaging them, you're playing wrong.
I'm going to disagree, sir. There's a thing called tempo in this game, and if you can mess with their tempo, then you can take control over a game.
Okay,
it's not the ideal way to play it, but it is a way to play it.
Do you win games by playing slowly, or do you win games by taking points?
You take points, but if you can slow them down in the process, that's even better.
I'm not saying it's completely useless, but it's not as good as it used to be.
Oh, no, it's definitely not as good as it used to be, especially when pushing damage was a thing, because then you could just be like, here, take this incapacitate. Oh, that's your second token? Have a damage from it. And I don't get Mystic's feedback. But that was then. This is now. We don't have that anymore.
Those were back in the days before color television and all.
Yeah, yeah.
I would almost choose the familiar over this. Yeah. I would pick the familiar over Agatha Astral.
And you don't like the cat?
No. That's how much I don't like NCAP. And the close range outwit. Like, if you're going to give her outwit. Like, what's the point of making it only to target adjacent characters?
Because you're having to deal with the person that's adjacent to you.
Yeah.
While the rest of the guys are shooting you from a distance, you're tied up dancing with a ghost.
All right, so both of you guys. All right, we got 15 points left on the team. You got the whole team built. You got 15 points left. Are you grabbing for Agatha or almost anything else we've talked about so far?
Almost anything else we've talked about at 15 points so far.
Anything else.
Thank you. That's my point.
What I'm saying, I would rather run Agatha than 15 points shy.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, she's not my favorite of the Astrals.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
All right. I get to go to start the uncommons. We have number 16, Ebony.
Where's Ivory?
Black cat. What?
Where's Ivory?
That's Bats. That's his alias. This cat has a trait called Agatha's Familiar. Adjacent friendly characters with the mystical keyword modify range by +1. If they're Agatha in their name, also modify their attack +1. Don't bank on that Agatha thing because you never know. I mean, I don't remember. I didn't open the boosters. My wife did, so I don't know if the cat came with Agatha in the booster. I doubt it, but maybe. I kind of like this 4 clicks enhancement, modifying a range by +1. And if you happen to get close to me because I'm in stealth, then you're going to get blades and I got super senses and I'm tiny. Sure, sign me up. I'll take this cat for 25 points.
Yeah, I would agree. I would like it. The tiny size, again, I think, great to carry around that enhancement. I'll take extra damage all day long. Like you said, can't really bank on the Agatha. So, I mean, and there is always that freak chance that you roll that blades when somebody comes up on the cat and it's 4, 5, or 6, so make it hurt. But honestly, I would run it for the enhancement if I didn't have anything else to kind of bump. If I got no real like heavy hitters in my booster, then I would probably run her. If I got a couple of heavy hitters and I could squeeze Ebony in, I'll try to. But I would say it's a little above middle of the road. Middle of the road.
I got it like a 3.2, 3.3.
I wish it was 5 points cheaper.
I mean, We're not designing dials, Wes.
I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, as far as cats go, this is a good kitty.
So
It's
I would like
it's
to have a
basically
special power. How's that?
shield TA plus enhancement without having to actually make the power action to do the shield TA. Stealth blades, senses, the moving through characters, moving through elevation. Yeah, you're not. I mean, if you're lucky enough to get her with an Agatha, even the Astral Agatha, this is where I play the Astral Agatha to utilize the cat a little better, maybe. I don't know. That's you're looking at 25, 35, 40 points. Ugh, that's a big ask. Never mind. But I like her. I would play this one definitely over the other one.
I mean, it's also an extra 10 points over the other one.
Yeah, but it's 10
I
points.
don't like
better.
that, but I would like to rename their Blades, Claws, and Fangs, though. I would like them to be either called Murder Mittens or Shit Rakes.
Yeah, it's a good kitty.
All right, Josh, you're up on Astral Doctor Strange.
Okay, Astral Doctor Strange. Honestly, he's again one of those people that I'm gonna run in the back. Like if I decide to run him, I just don't like him. Reliably, you can't always guarantee on that traded power to kick in. The lines of fire being hindered to adjacent friendlies is good, especially if I'm not mistaken. I ended up playing on the mansion or Nick Fury's. I forgot what it's called, but anyways, there wasn't a whole lot of hindering on that map, so like I felt like it did come in handy the one team that I did run it with. But honestly, I might have went with a cat if I had pulled it. But that's again, I don't think it's absolutely terrible, but it's not my go-to piece. It's probably back of my mind. I have nothing else that's 15 points to fit in that slot. We'll just throw it in.
Rules question. If I have this Doctor Strange next to a person that has stealth, but they're not in stealth, do they get stealth? Do they get to use the stealth?
No.
Why?
Wait. Repeat again.
If this Doctor Strange, he's standing next to the character, what does he say? What does Astral Doctor Strange say? Lines of fire drawn to adjacent friendly characters are hindered. And what does stealth say?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, I misunderstood the question. Yes,
so they get to use the effects of stealth in clear terrain.
Yes.
So I think his value goes up for those characters on specific maps, but you have to build accordingly. And in sealed, it's not super easy.
I middle of the road with this guy. I like him. I really like the special attack power, the hindering thing. Yeah, for 15 points, he's a Hail Mary. If you have nothing else that fits better with your team, he's fine.
I kind of like the guy because he is a mobile defense +1. Because if they're shooting into hindering, it's a +1 defense. And he's really good mastermind fodder for Baron Mordo, which I seem to have pulled him every time Baron Mordo is in a booster. So is this guy.
So, yeah, again, we're spending way too much time on 15-point characters, but there's a lot of them. So, yeah, he's fine.
Where's Astral Clea?
Astral Clea. Probably, is there any other support in the whole game? In the whole set?
I believe there's another character that gets support in the back end of the dial, as well as Morbius, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Morbius has it.
Can heal as well, so she's not the only thing.
As far as Astrals go, I really like this one a lot. There's not a lot of support, and if it is, it's pretty slim. Like Scott said before, though, if you're taking time to support your figures, you're in trouble. But it's there if you need it. I don't think there's a lot of pulse wave, so that's good. So 15 points, throw her up there and pulse wave people, and if she dies, whatever. 15 points. 4 through 6 senses support, ESD. A good all around cannon fodder, I think.
I think she's the best of the Astrals.
Yeah.
All right, number 19, Astral Baron Mordo. I have him ranked a 2 out of 5. He can hurt your opponent's reduction type power. So if they have Impervious, they're going to reduce by 1. Or if they have Invulnerability, reduce by 1. So I kind of like him, but again, I may go elsewhere with my 15 points if I have the opportunity.
I agree with what you said.
I agree. I don't think he's so great, but
anytime that the good power is completely dependent on being adjacent, it knocks it down a tier for me. I just the ability to roll the dice on being adjacent to pull something off is very hard to do in this game. It's so easy to get around.
But it's 15 points you're potentially giving up to make it work for your one shot. I think it's fine.
Yeah. I really like what Josh said about that. It's like a 15.1 shot. I agree with. I think that applies here too.
All right, Josh. Number 20, Hannibal King.
All right, so Hannibal King. I know I'm probably going to get objected to it, but I don't love him in sealed. I like his powers. I like the stealth. I like him giving the smoke cloud. So it's giving the hindering, and there are those characters with stealth, and he's got his super senses. I just would have liked to have seen a little bit more damage potential out of him for 100 points. That's my biggest criticism is that, yes, there is the outwit. So, potentially we are outwitting the defense and we are doing all 3 as opposed to having a 4 and, they have Impervious and they're only taking 2. But I don't know. I look at it and I'm just like, it's an uncommon. It's something.
So what about the 50-point dial? What do you think of that?
50 points. He's got a deep dial at the 50-point line. I think that it's very. I think the 50-point I like better. Oddly enough, even though it doesn't have the damage reducer because it has the shape change and super senses, and it does have the bump in potential damage ability with the Blade's Claws Fangs. So I felt like 100 wasn't quite my bag, but I could see feasibly running him at a 50-point.
Wes?
So I'm torn with this guy. You're definitely not riding on the Midnight Suns theme team. Even if you were to pull 2 boosters and could build a Midnight Suns theme team, I don't think that trade is worth doing. Well, maybe. No, I don't think it's worth it. But for the length of dial in a sealed game, I think the 100 points is almost worth it. I wish he had more than just toughness. That sucks, but having the charge, the outwit helps. But just for the sheer length of dial, I think it's almost worth it at 100 points. Just because you have the potential of surviving and still dealing damage if you get tapped. Some of these figures, when people play with their low dials, they get 1 tap and they're either dead or they are useless. They're down to their 9 attack crap that isn't doing anything. This guy gets 1 tapped to click 5. You still got hypersonic blades. So if I don't have a heavy hitter, if I pull 2 crap boosters and I don't have a lot of good attackers, I might build around this guy at 100. 50 points is a beautiful point line. I like it a lot. Mind control blades is kind of a weird combination, though. But
you're going to mind control over the blades.
Yeah, either or, but
potentially.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm kind of torn on the guy. I like both dials. I feel like 3 clicks for 50 points is a little out of my normal economy I want. Of course, I like the min max type thing. Um, I do love the fact that I have free smoke cloud and stealth every turn. So you got to base me.
Yeah.
Um, if you're playing this guy at 100 points, he's your best option at 100 points. I wish you well. If you're going to make him at 50 points, you got more room to build with. So I like him at 50 more. I think he's a 3 out of 5 on the 100-point dial and a 4 out of 5 on the 50-point dial.
So this is where my lack of comic book knowledge is a hindrance for me because I've never heard of this guy, but a vampire detective that flies wearing a trench coat. I'd like to know more about this guy.
Go watch the Blade movies. I believe Ryan Reynolds played him.
Oh, this Ryan Reynolds character. Okay. Well, he didn't fly, but just
He may not have been a vampire at the time.
But yeah, definitely a cool character, and I like both dials. So yeah, I'd probably play him at 50 over 100, but in a pinch you could play him 100 and build around him.
All right, Wes, you're up. Umar the Unrelenting.
Umar. All right. 70 points. Outwit, shape change on a 4 through 6. Sidestep, poison. You're not playing on the one shot thing, but it's one of those things. It's there. Power Cosmic is really good. I like her. Yeah, not much to say. I there's very few multi targets in the set, so having 2 targets, flight, and there's not a lot of 12 attacks either. So I definitely would play her.
All right, I'm going to go in the opposite direction. I think
Oh my
she
God.
is a pile of. Okay, she's not the worst thing in the set. She can take a few lumps before she gets to her good stuff, to where she needs pulse wave to actually do stuff. But before the pulse wave, I'm ignoring her. And then if you happen to get her down to the pulse wave, I'm gonna focus her down, and she's done. So she's lacking something for me to want to play her, and I don't know what it is.
And nothing but good things to say about her. I mean, honestly, I used her the last time I played a sealed with Strange Tales, and she came in clutch against the team with double Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Lord of Vampires. Just because I had her outwitting defense, poison, outwitting defense, poison, and then she's attacking, and then with the empowers in the set, which the mindless ones and other people have, she's hitting hard, and she's also potentially evading 50% of the time with that shape change. Invincible as well, so she's not taking the Mystics damage, and she's Cosmic Energy, so she's got the willpower and can't be outwitted herself. 70 points, I'll take that all day long.
That's it.
All day long.
I make mistakes all the time. I may be making a mistake on this, but that's not my cup of tea.
I don't want to waste time debating, but I'm curious, Scott, because between the sidestep, flight, 2 targets, invincibility.
Oh, she's got lots of tools that I like, but it's just not in the way that I want them. I don't know. Like I said, in my notes specifically say 70 points and nice shape change, can take a beating, but it feels like it is lacking.
Oh, okay. I think she's a 4 out of 5. I like
I
her
got
a
her as
lot.
a 3 out of 5.
All right, who's got Druid?
I am Dr. Druid. 1 out of 5, 60 points. It's 60 points to do what other people can do for cheaper. Don't like him. Move along.
Josh, anything to say?
Yeah, that's exactly almost what I have in my notes too. He's kind of high for what he can do. I just then the special defense kind of having that one in between thing. It's kind of situational. I feel like he's kind of he wants to play support, but then he's got like a couple clicks where he wants to be an attacker. He really doesn't know what he wants to be. So I would pass on him.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is when you have a rainbow dial and you don't get to choose which color you're choosing. Like when the character itself doesn't know what it's doing, you can't plan for it. You can't strategize for it. So if you're going to be a prob or an outlet or support, you never know. And if somebody taps you for, if you get hit with poison, all of a sudden you lost your prob. Like it's just, Yeah. For 60 points, I think this is hot trash.
Yeah.
Caecilius.
Josh, you're up.
Alrighty, this one I haven't had any play experience with, but again, it's this. I really feel like it fits the set, being a range attacker. The range attack with the triple bolts, for precision, I feel is really good. Top dial with the prob. So I'm actually very okay with this point value and this figure. If I really don't have any other secondary attacker. 60 points. I wish there could be at least some toughness in there or something, but hey, I could wish there was a Ferrari out my driveway too, and that's not going to happen. So, in a sealed format, I think that there's worse.
I agree with everything he said. He's good, not great, not horrible, just right in the middle. I could see his usefulness, especially with 3 bolts. Prob, I don't feel like we've seen any prob except
You
for
have a cat with prob.
Screw the cat. Yeah, it was very
Busy in the litter box.
It was a situational prob. This is just straight prob, normal prob with flight. For 60 points, that's a rough 60 points, but
All right.
yeah,
he's okay.
He's okay.
He's a high 3, low 4 out of 5 for me. 60 points. He is a third attacker at worst. Second attacker at worst, third attacker at best. So he fits on the team, and I like what he does. And low dial, I'm cool with that too because his 9 attack turns to a 10 close combat.
There is no low dial. Oh, yeah.
Do me second half of the dial.
Yeah. All right. Dum Wes.
Number 24, Dum Dugan.
Is that me? All right. 60 points for 6 clicks again. 3 bolts, range shots, leadership, handing out shield TA again. Yeah, I definitely playing this guy if I pull him.
You play him?
Yeah.
What you got, Josh? I want to hear you on this. One.
Yeah, I think he's not too bad. Like honestly, I wish the friendly characters with the monster keyword get the shield TA would have been like a trait. Just because it's like you get the first 2 and then you got the back 1 where you actually get it. So again, it's not, you can't really count on it, or it's not something you can plan really for a whole lot. But I think it's solid. I think that the knockback energy explosion, and he can use it targeting through blocking. I think that's a pretty solid piece.
Only on certain clicks does he shoot through the blocking.
Yeah, I feel like with his toughness and the way that the damage is in the set, like unless you're getting hit by somebody who's like getting all the empowers and the enhancements, you're probably landing there. At least, at least after the first hit or so. So I don't think it's within a range that you're going to miss. Like it's not like you're going to get hit and skip right over it with it being clicks 3, 4, and 5. I feel like it's pretty easy to say that you're going to touch those. But I could be wrong. This could be one I'm completely missing the. I think he's all right.
All right, I'm going to go in a way that I don't like going, but I'm going to go there. Dum Dugan I have as a 2 out of 5, but I love this 2 out of 5. I'm torn because to me I said that they were doing some weird stuff with some of these dials, and this is one of those dials that they're doing weird stuff with.
Yeah,
that monster ability to turn them into shield, I really dig that as a special power. I don't need it as a trait. I'm fond of like, hey, Dum Dugan's gonna lead the monsters in, gonna do his own thing, and he's gonna come back to the monsters because they need help. I don't like the 10 attack for a World War II veteran that's been running around for 100 years almost. I feel like he should have it to start with at least once. But other than that, I love what they're doing with the dial. But in a sealed format that we have for this, he's a 2 out of 5.
Are designers kind of pulling back on the stats a little bit, you think?
They have to. They've been needing a set reset, a dial reset, or a power creep reset for the longest time. And they have to do it consistently because these short maps, And the Alpha Strikes getting across the board in one turn is getting to be that's the game of
Yeah,
Heroclix.
I agree. I feel like this is a growing pains kind of thing where it sucks right now seeing a 9 and 10 attack. But if we have 2 or 3 sets in a row of this and we get used to it, I think it's a good thing.
Yes, but it'll
take
ruin
your
those
medicine now. It tastes bad, but it's worth it in the end.
Yeah, it's going to taste bad now and be worth it in the end, but it's really going to mess up Silver Age.
Yeah,
because these sets won't any play in Silver.
Yeah, but I like him.
25 is me, Nick Fury. I don't like him. 1 out of 5, 60 points. I feel like the Shield and the set are at the extremes. Either they're really, really good or they're really, really not so good. So Shield Spy, don't like it. The Wand Soldier, he's good, but is he great? Wes loves him. Or was that the agent? Which one was that, Wes, that you... The 45?
Wand Agent.
The 15-point one that you want to run 15 of.
Yeah.
The range of 3, he needs the shield buddies to help him out, which I'm fine with if you get him in the shield booster pack, but I'm not digging the Nick Fury. 1 out of 5.
Yeah, I don't like him either. The shield pack would be what saves him. And the trade's great. I mean, getting to use the TA for free is great once per turn, but it's not reliable in this. Yeah, it's not reliable in a 17 defense top dial. It's just weak.
If you pull him with one of the other figures that hands out Shield TA, absolutely use him. Otherwise, I agree with you guys. He's not good. But if you pair him with that Wand Agent or with Dun Dun Dugan and are able to pull that off and beef up your damage +3, hell yeah.
Oh, then he's phenomenal for his range of 3 / maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those situational ones. If you pull the right pieces to build around him or build with him, great. If not, pass. All right,
Josh Wong.
Wongers.
All right. So Wong, I kind of felt like he was made to be ran with the Nick Fury LMD, just so that way you could get usefulness of that 1 through 3, give people shape change, and with his traded power, because he makes the mysticals gain the shield keyword. So I felt like, okay, that's where he's that's what he's kind of tying in with. But other than that, I think he's not too bad. The exploit weakness in the set's kind of good. I don't think there's an overwhelming amount of people that aren't going to be tent poles that can reduce the penetrating too. So even though it is kind of low, and then he's gonna, when he charges in, they're not gonna be able to prop that attack roll. So I think he's all around. He's serviceable at 50, but he's one I'm kind of torn with.
Okay, Wes, what you got?
All right, so I pulled this guy and I used him on my team specifically for the leadership. He was my only leadership in the 2 packs. But for 50 points, you get leadership. I don't care about the keywords, but the charge in, there's not, I mean, like we just talked about, the dials are being pulled back. So 11 attack so far is looking pretty sweet. And just being able to shut off people's prob, I think is good. For 6 clicks for 50 points with those traits, I like him. He's not going to be my first choice. He's more of a tertiary, like, okay, we're filling in the gaps here, but I would give him a 3 out of 5.
All right, I got Wong as a 2 out of 5, and I am not his biggest supporter. What does the shield team ability do? Adds 1 to range and adds 1 to range damage if for the action token, right? Or is it just 1 to damage?
It's 1 range and action does 1 to damage.
Okay, so what does Wong's dial look like? Does it look like he's range heavy?
Right, but...
No, he's not. So it's a counterintuitive dial to what his team ability is and what he's supposed to be doing. So
line up your guy that you want to get that range behind him, like right over onto the corners, especially if you're facing like a Dormammu, like that's
I feel
gonna
like
be a
he has to come
giant.
from the corner, and they're lining him. They're lining up right next to him at one square back. But I don't know. I don't. 2 out of 5. I like the dial, but I don't like what it is for shield team ability.
Yeah, for me, he was my leadership and my cannon fodder. I ran him up in her face, and they had to deal with him, and I could shoot him from behind. But
Yeah,
that's just
that's what you want him to be.
Yeah.
So 2 to 3 out of 5. Wes, Frank Drake.
Frank Drake. All right. So Rainbow Dial, but I like it. Whew. This is one of you want. The temptation to play him at 85 is there.
What temptations do you have?
Just the length of dial, really, and then
You're paying 45 points for 3 clicks.
Yeah.
Is it really that tempting?
Yeah, with the special attack, you're dealing penetrating to everybody with monster or mystical, which is everybody in the set.
That have no reducers for the majority of them.
I feel like he's good against the tent poles, the tent poles that aren't going to be having the invincible. So I kind of see Wes's point on it, but again, right in my notes, 45 points for 3 clicks extra is so hard to wrap your head around. Like, I'm going to pay an extra 45 for 2 clicks of senses and 1 of toughness. It's kind of hard to justify.
I will say I would play him over at 85 or 40.
No, in no way, shape, or form am I doing that. Sorry, I've led mine out of the bag. I have him as a 1 out of 5 for the 85-point line, and I have him as a 3 out of 5 for the 40-point line, and I like him as my second or third attacker.
Yeah, I would use him as a second or third attacker, but I like him more than you do.
Josh?
I like his 40 point, like 40 point that charge blades, outwit the defense coming in blades. I feel like that's a little more manageable, or at least more my speed for 40 points than the extra 45 points for those 3 clicks. And it's sidestep too.
I don't agree with what you said about Scott. I don't agree with what you said. Most of the monster and mystical don't have reducers. I don't think that's accurate. I think that penetrating through most of the set is worth
Which
looking.
one's going to have the reducers that you're worried about from that we've gone through so far? Cats?
Any of the attackers, any of the main attackers.
Baron Mordo has Mastermind. Doctor Strange has Super Senses or Energy Shield Deflection.
But we're only in the uncommon, Scott.
Yes, but there's been like 0 reducers. Mindless one. Ooh. Umar the Unrelenting has Invincible. You're not reducing.
But we're only at 027. Like, we're not that far. These are going to be the cannon fodders that are not going to have reducers and special cool stuff.
I'm just saying. We'll keep a count on how many more have reducers in front of us, other than the mindless one that we've already talked about, and the mindless one that I'm about to talk about.
All right, let's talk about the new mindless one.
50 points, 3 out of 5. He's a range oriented, and then the 15 points is another mystical goon trait, and you shoot him out of. He's able to shoot out of adjacency, and he destroys blocking terrain. So he's even better than the other one. So I'm gonna say 4 out of 5 if you pull him.
I really like this one. If I don't pull the Baron Mordo or the Dormammu, then I probably will be leaning towards running him top dial. And if I pull one of them, I'm definitely running him probably at the lower so I can get that enhancement. I don't love the 1 through 3 as much as I do the other one, but for what he does, I totally love him, especially if you pull one of those people that, he's up in the range. I like it.
All right, so can we agree that if you pull Mordo or Dormammu, that this is a auto play?
Yes.
All right.
You got to get him at the same time.
Right. But if you're opening 2 boosters, there is a chance you pull a Baron Mordo or Dormammu and or -1. If you get a combination, it's a must play. I am not playing him at 50, 100% playing him at 15 in that situation. Without those other 2 guys, I am passing on this guy.
All right, Josh, you're on Shanzar. Welcome to the rares.
Alrighty. Well, these really land in a weird place for me because I kind of every time I had one, it felt, for lack of better words, it really was like an in cap piece. Like I'm gonna give it to you, and most of the time the person's just gonna go take the power action to remove it. So I mean, it does tie somebody up. It does burn an action, and whatnot. But I don't know that you can really rely too much on them risking taking some of their effects. So I think at best you kind of have to have in the mindset that this is like a 10-point burn an action on a turn, almost dare I say, kind of like one shot level again. Like I'm gonna pay these 10 points, and you're gonna take an action with this character, and then I get the free swing on it next time since you didn't get to hit me. But other than that, I like the characters that can put them on for free, so I don't have to pay the 10. But other than that, they're just not in something I love.
Wes,
I agree with everything you said, Ray. I don't have anything to add to it.
I do. I'm sorry, I'm going to add links to your podcast, but I do. I feel like that these 3 possessors, these are possessors, right?
Yes.
All of them. I'm going to say that they are all. I'm going to bundle them all together. They're all a 4 out of 5. The last one's going to be a 3 out of 5. You don't have to ask me to do any more of these guys, but I will. I'll do Jericho when it comes up. If they KO one of my 15-point goons, whatever, we keep going back to these 15-point pieces. They're super easy to KO. I attach this guy to that piece. If I have mind control, if you're running a mind control heavy team, you run these things. Because now that you're going to mind control them, they're going to move or do something that's going to cause them to trigger, and then they're going to take the effect of it. So these are super, super good on a mind control team. And there is a bunch of mind control in the set.
All right. Nightmare.
That's you, West.
Yep. When this character deals damage, they deal half as much damage to themselves, rounded up. Same thing. I feel like if you pull these, you're probably going to throw them on your SEAL team for 10 points. I don't really have a lot to say about it other than it just auto play. It's situational. You're not counting on it, but if it happens, it's there.
Again, mind control team. Move along. Josh, you're up on this guy.
All right, Nightmare. This time Wes said everything I would say. Like its effect is not something you really bank on. To Nightmare's credit, he is the one that Nightmare is going to be using, if I'm not mistaken, the rare for free. So this time it is definitely a higher tier for me than Shanzar, because you're gonna if you get the Nightmare with it, it's pretty good setup for sealed. So this one I like a little more than Shanzar.
Okay, this is my least of the 3.
This one, the Nightmare is the least of the 3?
No, I'm on Jericho Drum.
Oh, Jericho Drum. I'm going to do Jericho Drum. This character can't make range attacks or use improved movement, improved abilities. This is, again, like Wes was saying, this is the worst of the 3, but you're going to try and have it on the team because it is a tempo changer that they can't get rid of. It's constantly happening every time they KO somebody.
All right, I don't know how I got off the... Oh, all right. All right, we can talk about 3. Jericho is the worst, but they're all playable.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right, you're on Dormammu.
All right, Dormammu. I think he's one of those auto plays. You pull him, you're probably running him. There's a lot of enhancement in the set, so like you feasibly are running top dial more than the 5 that you're getting from the range combat expert, as well as long as you set up properly. The Astral's kind of nice too. You put them in front of him. You're kind of weakening the opponent as they try to hit you. Leadership, I feel like it's kind of wasted in sealed. I mean, because you're playing 300 points. So, I mean, you're not always going to have 4 pieces, especially when you're paying 200 for one of them. Yeah, I guess the Astrals kind of do, but like I'm not really thinking of the Astral Dormammu as an attacker. I'm just kind of using it more for the effect than I am for the attack strength.
What you got, Wes?
In sealed, I do not like him at all. He's a giant tent pole, 2 targets, 18 defense, no stop clicks for 200 points. He's getting out actioned. He's getting pinged 3 or 4 times in one turn, and he's dead. You're probably not pulling a lot of Astrals with him, so I don't know what you're building the other 100 points with him are. I mean, at best, you're getting like 2 Astrals, I would say. 2, maybe 3. Probably 2, if you're lucky. So you're not building with him what you need to in a sealed environment. The Mystics Cosmic helps, but it's the sheer amount of actions that your opponent can take, and hitting an 18 defense is not that hard. He's just going down in 1 or 2 turns. I don't like him.
I'm in the same boat. I don't really care for him. I got him as a 2 out of 5. I feel like after they get him to click 5, it's over.
Yeah,
he's not going to come back from that. I do like the fact that he's a giant and not just power cosmic, because that helps with his tempo. But he's not going to last long.
Okay, I was going to ask you guys this. Is there a worse feeling than getting to that point in a game, like I'm looking at Dormammu, we hit to click 5 or 6, and the game's not over. You have pieces on the board, but you know it's over. You're just delaying the inevitable, but you're going to play it out because, things can happen. But that sinking gut, and you're feeling your gut of, yep, it's just over. I'm just moving pieces around, waiting to die at this point. I hate that feeling.
I hate that feeling also, and I'm like, come on, just finish me off this turn. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
I almost get annoyed when they don't finish me off, when they miss their attacks or hit a crit miss, and I'm like, oh, just kill me already. Anyway, that was my little side tangent because it happened to me this week, and I was like, dude, stop playing cat and mouse with me. Just kill me.
All right, Wes, you're on Scarlet Witch.
All right. A lady in red. All right. Shape change prob, target cards astral. Okay. I played her on my team. No, I did not play her on my team. Who did I play instead of her? She was a possible. I pulled her. I didn't play her because 70 points was a lot to ask for what she did. You can't. I didn't pull her with any astrals. The one shot thing is constructed only. So without that stuff, she's just 11 precision. Like for 70 points, it's not worth it. Unless you pull her with a few astrals that you can take advantage of it. She's a definite pass.
Okay, I have some questions about this setup. Why does she have an 11 attack / 12 attack all the way down when Dum Dum Dugan, a trained military specialist, has a 10 attack his whole dial?
Because this is a mystical set, so the mystical people get buffs.
And now that he forgot his Bengay and he wasn't doing his Pilates and everything. He wasn't loosened up yet.
Oh, maybe
he's 100 and some years old.
Okay.
He's got to warm up at those joints a little bit.
Okay, I can get behind that. I'm sorry for questioning you. Range game, I love her. I put her as a 3 to 4 out of 5 if you're playing a range. But if it's a squishy game coming up, you're going to probably lose. She is not going to suck up a lot of damage, close combat style.
Are you playing her because stats alone? Because you're not betting on any of the special traits or powers, right?
No. Okay. The terrain generating, magical, love it. I can make it harder for you to get to me, or I can make it harder for you to get out of your starting area. Perfect. But
so I gave you 70 points and you make a terrain. Wow.
I generate within generate a standard terrain marker. It's at the beginning of the game, so you're only doing it once, and you only make it one. But no, I think she's fine for 70 points.
Yeah.
I'm running her over the 85 point Frank Drake that you loved.
Oh, you got here with that
I'll
mess.
take Frank Drake at 40 over her 70.
Yes,
Like,
I'm on
I
that
feel like
bag
this
too.
is, I feel like Scarlet Witch, like, this is the Scarlet Witch that, like, we've needed to see for a while because every time there's a Scarlet Witch in anything, she is always, like, super good. Like, and for once, I feel like this is a very mid to, like, if we're going 5 stars, I can't give her more than, like, a 2.5 or so.
Because you're
Like, I
spoiled
just,
on those 5-star Scarlet Witches all the time.
right, and so I'm happy to finally see a Scarlet Witch that isn't like got some uniquely busted abilities or like is bringing the entire toolbox for 15 points. Um, so I'm kind of happy to see it, but as her as a figure, if I want to play her, no, I it, until she gets to that back half, you're kind of just doing ping damage
Yeah, if she had a lower
with
dial
potential
that she
signal.
could start on click 4 or 5, oh, I would play that all day long. A lower dial, I
No,
think that
no,
would
no.
be real
Y'all
good.
can both be wrong and still be right. That's okay.
All right, who's
All
got
right.
Agatha?
I got Agatha. The spellcaster trait is whatever. You can't bank on it. Uh, a witch's work is never done. She's got traded willpower. When she rolls a single d6 and the result is 1 or 2 after resolution, she can generate an Agatha, which you can't guarantee you're going to get that either. So both of these traits are kind of meh. She's 5 points over what Scarlet Witch was. Not that you're going to pull them both, but if you do, I lean a little heavier towards the Agatha. I feel
I
like she's
agree.
doing a little more top dial. Now, mid dial / end dial, I like Scarlet Witch a little better, but Agatha's got some regen. I do love the pulse wave as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the mid dial just because of the pulse wave. She got
Yeah.
because here's the problem: when you got mid dial stuff, if you get pinged, you can't guarantee you're gonna land on that mid dial power you want. But when you
No,
got
but
4 clicks of it, there's a good chance you're gonna end up on that pulse wave, and you can make it something of it.
no, there are ways to guarantee you land in certain spots. You could potentially have her the one pinging the mystic pieces taking the damage.
Yeah.
You have a lot of mastermind in this set, so you can mastermind damage over. Hey, Wes, I just want to follow up that we've had 0 reducers top dial. You had Dormammu mid dial with reducers.
Okay, it's
Frank
noted.
Drake.
It's noted. So far.
Josh, what do you think of Agatha?
So yeah, I agree. I like Agatha a little more than Scarlet Witch, but I mean, not much. If I can pull the Astral Agatha, then she's higher than Scarlet Witch by at least a measurable margin, more than just that little bit. But I don't know. I just I don't love either of these ladies.
Can I just say that for a sealed set, this is really rough because so many of these figures, depending on synergy with other certain figures, and you have to pull them together. And in a sealed environment, you can't know you're going to pull those figures simultaneously. It's pretty rough.
And the frequency of the spell one shots. You know, I feel like this set is a little lighter on the distribution of them. So
Mm.
like a lot of their special powers where they're counting on it being a spell shot being turned down or whatnot, and then later turning it up, you're not really getting often enough where you're getting a piece that's going to be able to utilize that effect. So it's almost like a dead effect upon opening. Like, wow, I have a trait that I could never use because I didn't pull a single one shot. And there might have been like, 3 or 4 in the whole brick, and you got multiple people that are just like, yep, well, that top dial or that top trait is useless for me.
Yeah, I think in my brick, 12 boosters, I opened 4 one shots. So not a great uh, setup.
All right, Josh, you're on Bloodstorm.
Oh,
Bloodstorm.
this guy.
Okay, so Bloodstorm. Usually, I'm not a huge fan of vampire dials. Like I said, personal bias. I can totally admit it. Nothing but humble. But I did the first seal that I played in Strange Tales. Got handed by a team running Bloodstorm. Um, Bloodstorm was just with those bystanders that he can generate, and he's generating it for free. It's finally a character that's not conditional upon hit or anything like that. It's just free. I'm generating this guy, and his bystanders I feel are very toolboxy. If you play like any kind of card games and whatnot, you know the phrase. It's not like he's potentially like great at one thing and he's like directed to only being this one thing. He brings the toolbox. He brings a guy for every situation. He's kind of got a jack of all trades feel going to him. And he is a 60-point piece that if he doesn't get to heal, he still has a reducer his whole life and shape change and stealth. So I really like this one.
Oh, wait, what'd you say about his defense? What?
He has a reducer. You have one so far, Frank Drake.
A major attacker that has a reducer? What?
No. He's not even the attacker. He's dropping the pogs to go do his bidding.
Yeah, but he's who you want to hit because he's one making the pogs.
And the good thing is the pogs don't go away when he does too. So like he's another one of those people that doesn't like just KO his own pogs. So I really like him, especially I think it's the Damascene or whatever, the one that can flurry blades. Like that's really good. And there's a lot of shape change in the set, and that one also comes with Battle Fury.
Yep.
I think it's really good.
No, the pogs are no joke. They have like 11 attack, 3 damage. I think the flurry blades one has a 2 damage.
Yeah, the pogs are amazing. 60 points for this guy. If you pull him and you're not playing him, you're wrong. Like this is an auto play, 5 out of 5. I don't understand the designer's point value system. 60 points for all this good shit versus Scarlet Witch's 70 points. Like, what the hell? Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Scarlet Witch at 70 points isn't too different than him.
What?
It's a different type of. It's a different way of playing. He's got to get to Scarlet Witch, and she can stay away.
Yeah, well, I
mean, I like the guy at 60 points. I have him as a 4 out of 5. And
right.
If he gets past his starting click onto the other side of that, good luck. You're going to need it facing him.
What would make him a 5 out of 5 for you?
I don't know. I feel like if there was an additional way to heal past his start line. I don't know. He's really good. Maybe an exploit first click.
Yeah. I wish he had some range.
Even that exploit after he heals one, I would have liked. Like the way that he heals one and stays on shape change and has to heal an additional to get to that exploit. If he could have got it after that first dose of healing, I would have liked that a lot. I would have given him a 5 for sure.
Yeah, I will say don't sleep on the bystanders. Those are really good bystanders. And I absolutely love the special attack. The mind control is not mind control, so it's not subjected to the mind control shenanigan powers say they can't be mind controlled. Nope, he hits you, you're his for one attack.
Yep, love it. I love that part. Wes, you're on Doctor Strange, number 36.
The Good Doctor. All right. 75 points, pulse wave, senses, rainbow of damage powers. I mean, yeah, he's an autoplay. Just because he does good stuff. I don't love him, but I would play him if I pulled him just because what he does, what he brings to the table, running shot, pulse wave, prob. I don't know.
So he comes with
I'm not betting on the traits, but
doesn't he come with the construct pieces?
I don't.
You can use the Agamotto, the Ooster, and the Hoggith if you gift them without paying their cost.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if he came with the patrons or not in the booster.
I don't feel like he does, but I could be wrong.
The only time I've seen him, I don't think I pulled those 3 with him. Or any of those 3, I mean.
Okay, because if he gets a patron in the booster with him, autoplay.
But you can't pass up running shot pulse wave anytime. Range on
No,
pulse
no,
wave is
he's
just
already an
autoplay.
autoplay in my book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
All
Blade.
right. Blade. He's got 2 dials, 70-point dial. He's range oriented, and then the low dial he's close oriented. He's got a really long dial for
Yes.
what he's got here, and I'm digging it. I got him as a 3 out of 5 on the range dial and a 4 out of 5 on the close dial. He relies on the BFC trait more on the close dial, but it is good. So, welcome to the party, Blade.
Are you leaning towards 70 or 45?
I would probably lean towards the 70 because I'm only paying an extra 25 points more for the 4 clicks. So, and then I get both of the range and the close. So,
Yep, I pretty much agree with everything you said. I don't really have much to add. I think that he's a great figure. Autoplay, I would lean towards the 70 points. But if I'm hurting on space, obviously you can drop him down to 45 and you're fine. But yeah, great figure. I love him.
Josh, what you got on him?
Yeah, I totally agree. I would definitely go 70 points with him. I feel like if I can get rid of Ebony and then run him at 70 if I'm hurting for the points. He's a running shot 12 for 4 top dial on a 70-point piece that can see through stealth, which is big in this set. Great. Some of the SRs and whatnot are going to, like Dracula, whatnot, they're going to be easier to deal with. Or no, I believe I'm thinking of the Prime. But I still think he's really good. And then, like you said, when he gets that 45 with a 12 attack with blades that gets a +2, I really would have to run him at 70. He's just too good.
All right, so now you got Mad, and he has no sunglasses on. Let's look at the Prime.
Right. Josh, you got the Prime.
Prime. He's auto run. I feel like. I mean, yeah, he's going to be on that 5, but I feel like he's pretty easy to get his steel energy off because of the Battle Fury and there being a lot of shape change in the set. So like he kind of negates a lot of what's people are going to be using defensively. He's going to be flurrying. So I mean, 2 attacks, both 11s, and then he's got his attack power. I mean, he's kind of bringing his own little Ares ability in there where he's giving the adjacents 2 damage. I think that he's another one again that I kind of wish there was some way to buff his steel energy in the set sealed wise, but I mean, he might be a little too busted that way, to be honest.
Is there any reason? Is there any reason you would not play this guy in a sealed?
If every opponent had Frank Drake.
Like I don't see a world where you don't automatically play this guy. He's
autoplay. But just so you know, I'm keeping track. Blade A and Blade B both have reducers top dial, so Frank Drake is effective. That's 3 characters: Bloodstorm, Blade, and Blade.
Get ready to add 1 to the count on Wes's turn.
All right, Mr. Ghost Rider. Which Ghost Rider is this? It doesn't have his name on the HQ units.
It's Robbie Reyes.
Okay. Yeah, 6085. I ran this guy in my sealed. He was my main attacker. Hypersonic. You have to play him at A5. I mean, Hypersonic is too good.
Sorry, Ebony. Cut again.
Yep. The Fire Smoke Terrain. It's cute. It came in a pinch, and I actually killed somebody with it. But you're not banking on it, but it's there, and it has its useful.
What are you doing?
What?
It's great.
It's cute.
You choose the direction of knockback. You put the smoke terrain where you're going to knock them into it.
Yeah, here's my problem. I didn't have any problem on my team, and 11 attack wasn't hitting a lot. So, but I put it under people who were double tokened, and so they had to clear. Yeah, it came in handy. But yeah, the dealing the knockback and choosing the direction and smoke, like it's just hypersonic, perplex, a reducer, the steel energy. It's just a great figure.
Okay.
You all
If we're gonna
have to
count
play
that
it.
late dial reducer, we'll give you 4, and then I gotta add indoor Mamu for 5. Okay, because he had a reducer mid dial.
But I'm definitely playing him at 85 or 60. But he is an auto play.
I have him as a 4 out of 5 on the 85 point dial, and he is a 2 out of 5 on the 60 point dial. And you already said all the greatness that there is about him. Josh?
Yeah, I really want to hate this piece. He was every role I did in my first sealed with him. He just wasn't cutting it, and it hurt my heart because one of my favorite things of Marvel is Ghost Rider. I think my biggest problem was I wasn't utilizing that perplex to knock down the defenses, and like I should have. So that way, at least the other people would have had a better chance. I was just, fixed on like, oh, I'm going to perplex my attack or perplex the movement so I could try to get over to you quicker. I don't love the fire smoke train thing. I think it's time to let that die. It's like Wes said, it's cute, but if it was somehow like a ability where you put a fire smoke terrain marker or something like that on their card, and we had some other kind of gimmicky effect to remove it, that it makes sense. It just doesn't fit to me. Like that we have these ghost riders that are generating fire smoke, and this is hellfire supposed to burn your soul, but yet you can sidestep out of it. Like it's cute, but it doesn't fit theme wise. I think it's time to let that mechanic kind of die. It's never really going to be a make or break for a great figure. It's just it's something cute that if it works, it works. But you never count
It's
on it.
great for kitchen table games. I would never use this in a constructed competitive mechanic, but in sealed, it has its use. It's very niche, and you're not counting on it. But everything else about him is amazing. I love it.
All right, I'm going to lead off for number 39, Nightmare. I love this guy. I hate this guy. I hated playing against him, but I love this guy. He is going to be something that I would look forward to playing in a pulp format, but in sealed, he is bonkers. I get to place and then triple target mind control and watch you beat yourself and potentially place the Nightmare token on you. Yes, please. Thank you. Next, I got him as a 4 out of 5 on top dial and a 3 out of 5 on low dial.
I got nothing to add. You said it all.
Josh?
Yeah, he's really good. I mean, that 13 attack with the mind control is just crazy. I mean, in this set, I feel like it's pretty doable to and pretty feasible to plan on at least getting 2 out of the 3 targets hit with that mind control. So he is honestly pretty good. I mean, I would definitely give him a 4 out of 5. Like he's very solid.
I do have one more thing to add. He has a reducer.
No, that's not a reducer. That's pink.
Wait, what?
Pink defense is not a reducer. It reduces penetrating damage.
Okay, you're splitting hairs.
So your Frank Drake does not work. Well, still at 5. All right, Josh, you are up for Morbius. Frank Drake helps him. So Frank Drake has a bonus. So 6. You're at 6, Wes.
Yes. Morbius, I really think his defense is kind of low, but being able to to do the healing right away at the beginning of where you're running him at 5 is pretty good. Not only that, if another character heals, he heals one. So I think he has a lot of synergy. I think he's a lot of fun. I kind of wish he started off with a little bit more than a sidestep, but it's and then he's got the outwit on top of it. So I would definitely give this guy 3.5.
I'm in the same boat with a 3.
All right. So one of the questions that Scott and I ask or used to ask every week is, what's a character that's been made a lot and has never been done right? Morbius is on that list. I I don't know why they keep making a piece or a character that they don't like, but somebody at Wizkids does not like Morbius, and they keep making him just to make fun of him. They don't do him justice ever. This is probably one of the better ones, and it still sucks. 50 points, yeah. I mean, in a sealed environment, yeah, you're going to play him. Constructed, never, ever, ever, ever. But sealed, you can play him at 50 and probably do okay. He's not great. There's countless other figures we've already talked about that I would probably play over him, but I'd give him a 3. I just wish that they would stop making characters if they don't like them, and making them just to be crappy.
And then that team player kind of is a little weird on this guy because
I like it.
I like it, but not for sealed, because sealed, like you said, I mean, there's a lot of shield TA, and then other than that, there's not really anything much that you can copy. So, like, do you really want this guy sidestepping and then in the face of somebody attacking them, and you're counting on him for his shield TA? Like, I don't. I wish it could have been something better. Like, but that's just me splitting hairs.
All right, Wes, you're on Hulk.
All right. Big Green Menace. 85 points, 9 clicks. He is a stout powerhouse character. Willpower when Hulk is hit after resolution generate and Doctor Strange bystander. When Hulk misses after resolution generate and Namor bystander. So, yeah, he's a must play, I think. 85 points with that many clicks, that much potential damage output, and he's generating Namor and Doctor Strange potentially. Namor is sidestep and power, knockback. Strange is shape change, giving out shape change. Yeah, Hulk's a must play, 100%.
I'm going to go, if I see this guy on the other side of the map, I'm going to avoid him. He does not have a moving attack to come get me. As long as I don't target him with an attack and miss, he's not making the pog. He's actually got a slow roll up to me. Or, I mean, he's not slow rolling. He's got a movement of 10. But it's taking him 2 turns to get to me to hit me. And, yeah, I don't.
Well,
why did you mess with me? I don't
what did you just say earlier about you can control the narrative with Mastermind and stuff? There's ways to tap him for 1 damage.
17 invincible. I mean, yeah, 3 damage will tickle him, but you want this Hulk on click 5 or afterwards, basically.
Yeah, so you throw him up there and make them have to deal with him. I like him.
I mean, in my notes, I have him that he's a 4 out of 5. He's almost an autoplay, and you have to keep him in your opponent's face, so they got to mess with him.
Yeah.
But if you're playing me, I'm not going to mess with him. I want to run away. I'll score my points elsewhere.
Yeah, in sealed, I got this guy in one of my events. I really liked him with the Nick Fury side of the map, where you get forced into a bottleneck through that one little corridor. You throw him right in there, and it's like you have to hit him. He's going to be sitting there in your way, so you're forced to deal with him. And actually, at first, I thought I did not like the fact that he's not a giant. It felt kind of weird, a Hulk that's not a giant. But then I was like, I was like, it kind of actually helped him in this case, because it made him a target for TK, so you could actually move him and not have to burn up a move and then sit, and not be able to attack. So I feel like, especially if you get a TK piece, you're definitely putting that on a team with him all day long. And then you force a bottleneck situation. You make the person have to come and deal with him.
All right, so take us to the
Dark Hulk. What you got, Wes?
I was going to say, take us to the last one.
We have Dark Hulk. Of course, it's a prime. It's going to be an auto play. He's 80 points, so he's cheaper than the last Hulk. And why can't the other Hulks be more like this one with traded charge? Just give him traded charge on every Hulk, please.
Thank you. Charge with Hulk is like Blades with Wolverine. They automatically go together.
Yeah.
Unless you want a hypersonic Hulk, he should have traded charge.
I agree.
Yeah.
but he's the bomb. You got to run him.
And I would almost argue, like, for theme wise, give him a charge that even could potentially, you could risk you could choose full value charge at doing 1 damage to yourself after resolutions. It's kind of like he hurting himself in the process to getting to do that alpha strike, which is good in his case, only angers him more, gets him stronger. So I kind of like that. I think that has a lot of interesting stuff. For to be one of the rares that actually has safeguard mystics is kind of nice, because I feel like most of the pieces, if not all, that have that are the chases. So that's really nice too.
Oh, and Wes, I'll give it to you. Hannibal King has charge. Excuse me, Hannibal King has Hulk, and Hulk to add to the list. So I believe you're at a total of 8 with Morbius. Hannibal King affects 8 people in the CUR.
In the CUR.
Sealed.
Then we get to the super rares and the chases.
I'm not counting those because those are auto plays, and I'm not going through them.
Yeah, but they are auto plays. So if you still environment, you're going to be playing against some of those, and you're going to want to hit them.
Let's see.
Auto plays and Dormammu Prime is kind of like the auto play that also chaps your ass that you have to play it. Like, you're giving your opponent a free prob, and you're kind of nerfing yourself for a little bit, but he's got solid stats, and he's in one of your 2 boosters. You're probably running him.
All right, so that was the CUR sealed of Strange Tales. What do you guys think overall?
My honest opinion of the set, it is not my favorite of 2025. I feel like it hasn't grown on me yet. Of course, I'm still trying to let the X-Men grow on me first. And since X-Men has been prevalent in states, Rogue Prime is really good, but Rogue Prime can be taken down. I faced her twice on 2 Iceman teams at 100 points. So she had a +1 to stats, and then the longsword on her. So she had +1 to attack and damage. So +2/+2. And she just kind of got teleported in or she TK'd out, run up, slap me, run back, TK'd back. Couldn't get to her. So Rogue Prime.
Yeah, I feel like this set is weird for sealed. I kind of agree. I don't know how I guess I do know how I really feel about it. There's too many astral packs in it. I mean, for sealed, that just hurts. I mean, that just hurts your spirit to open up 3 astrals or 4 astrals in your booster. It's almost like, pack it up. You really got to hope that last booster is something good. Because
what hurts more than that is opening 2 packs that need astrals. You don't pull any. That really hurts.
Yeah, like it's hard, because like if they would have put the astrals with the people who actually could use them instead of throwing them all into 1 pack, then they would be a much better experience in sealed. But I think in sealed, it really is like you know right away from what you pull whether you're going to have a good time or not. Like if you've done a little bit of the research and you've seen the figures, you kind of know what they do. Even if you just read their names and you realize that, oh, this person is not going to be generating this person or whatever else, like, looking across the table at what somebody else pulled, you kind of get a feeling that, like, oh, this is going to hurt.
This is going to be a fun time. I want to go back to Wizkids and say, y'all did phenomenal with Galactic Guardians like 12 years ago. I have no idea when that came out, 10 years ago. And they had the A and B dials, where the A dial was the generic version of it, and the B dial was the soldier version of it, or the lieutenant. Basically, you would have your Kree soldiers or Kree privates, and then a Kree general, or you would have oh my gosh, they were the shape changing people like Skrulls. They had a queen or a lieutenant or whatever. They had a whole bunch of those type things, to where it was A dial and B dial, and the B dial was the superior version of it. I feel like they could have done that with the Astrals and Dormammu and Clea, but then you would have to move all those pieces into the common or uncommon set.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. I'll get probably another slap on the wrist, but I'm a little critical of Wizkids on this set, because it's obvious when they make a set that you can tell they spent their time on, that they put love and attention into and then there's sets where they forget cards, and the correlation doesn't line up very well, and some of the dials are just kind of mishmash, whatever rainbow dials that don't make any sense. I don't feel like this set got the care and attention it deserved. I think it could have been better. I think I don't know the inner workings of WizKids and how it works, but it's clear that they didn't put the time and attention on this that they do with other sets, and that's
I'm going to disagree with you.
Really?
I'm going to disagree with you. I feel like they could always do stuff better, but we don't know what WizKids is doing. I know they had issues with the distribution. I personally love the coalition of the product that I got. I got 3 bricks. I pulled 0 duplicates on primes, 0 duplicates on chases, 0 duplicates on super rares. I got a ton of just different stuff out of the 3 boosters I've gotten, and I've had it in the past where I've gotten 2 cases, and it is the exact same case, and they were taped together at the warehouse when they were shipped. So I'm like, that was bad. This was good. So you're doing better with.
They didn't get everything wrong. Like obviously they got that. They've improved on that. The design overall did not feel like it got the same attention that X-Men 97 did, or some other sets that came out on 2025. I just felt like this was just a throw in there and just to fill up a gap or something. But the sculpts are amazing. I love the paint jobs. And the last episode that we did, we were talking about how WizKids has done much better on their sculpts as far as nothing's comes broken in the packs. And if they do come broken, they're easy to glue on, except for the ones where the little peg goes like up to the smaller back. It's really hard to balance them on there. And I hadn't pulled a broken piece in forever. This weekend I pulled a broken Chase Wolverine where the peg goes right at the smallest back. And I'm not ragging on WizKids for it. I just think it's funny. I just talked about that and praised them for it, and I pulled a broken one. But,
so I don't think you can blame WizKids for all of that. I mean,
no, it's shipping.
I worked at a chip company for about 4 years when I was like 19, 20, 21, 22. I worked at Frito-Lay, and I would get so many complaints about why is there so much air in the bag. So if you don't like the air in the bag for your chips, or you don't like the way your stuff is packaged, what we should do is go and poke a little hole in this bag of chips and simulate it's passing through 14 to 18 different hands before you get it home. So take all the air out of your bag of chips and then pass it around a room of people, and then open your bag of chips and see if you have chips or if you have crumbs.
Yeah. Right. So, no, I'm not ragging on WizKids for that. I just thought it was funny that I literally just.
Yeah. I mean, I get the irony of it, but
yeah,
I can't blame them for all the busted figures. Now,
and it's a simple glue job. It's just whatever. But I just thought it was funny. But overall, like I like the idea of Strange Tales. I like the character selection. There's not a lot of sculpt reuse. Just in a sealed environment, it's lacking just because you need so much connectivity between the dials with certain figures, and you can't necessarily know you're going to get those figures together. But it's still a fun set.
An opportunity for more monsters. They could have gone into the monster realm a little bit more with it if they'd done the A and B dials. We have the same issue with Lantern Legacy for me. There's too much JSA and not enough lanterns, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, right?
Yep.
Hey, we said that in my last time with you guys. There was the JSA subset was just a little weird, and I can at least say from that conversation, the one thing that did improve was the sculpt use. I mean, Lantern Legacy had a lot of people waiting on the bus, and at least this one it felt a little better.
Yep, very dynamic.
So I'll thank you.
For everybody that wasn't going to States this weekend, we had the Clixies from Dial H. It was a fun watch. I didn't get to see all of it, but I enjoyed what I did get to see. And the dials that were debuted look really cool, the Venom dials. And then there's a Green Lantern, I think, that's going to be a
golden trophy, it looked like.
Yeah.
Or constructing a trophy.
The sculpts are just amazing. I'm so looking forward to the Venom set just for the sculpts alone. But Dial H did an amazing job with the show.
Good job, Dial H. I haven't watched it yet. I was participating in states and then traveling, and then
Yes.
suffering from food poisoning most of today.
I did watch it. I stayed up the whole night and watched it. So
No, they do a good job over there. Scott, you're looking
Yeah.
very pretty today.
Thank you. I had my hairdresser set me up. Thanks, Amy.
And this
It's
is a
burgundy-ish pink. It looks really pink in person, but on camera it looks very burgundy-ish, and there's a layer of purple behind it.
I see.
yeah, it's kind of got like a little poison ivy thing going on.
Yeah, I see very pinkish there. But I'm also half colorblind.
Yeah, me too.
But that is a result of the end of the year episode where the players voted to what color your hair should be. So hope they're happy with how it turned out. Josh, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a Patreon member. It really means a lot to have your support. You got to be here because you're a tier 3 $15 a month member. Thank you for supporting us. And I hope that you continue to do it. For anybody else that wants to help us out and participate and support us and potentially be on the show and win giveaways every month, just patreon.com, Clixnet, or Talkn, wrong show. But I really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
No, thank you very much for having me. It's been fun, and it always is.
All right. Do you gentlemen have any final thoughts for the evening since we've gone pretty long tonight?
Yeah, like 2.5 hours.
Well, it's all those 15-point
Not
figures we said spent 20 minutes talking about.
All right. Yeah, my is the same as I've been saying since the beginning of the year. It's okay to not be okay. It's not okay to stay that way.
Josh?
Go out there and be a blessing to someone.
We are all players on the board, so let's play together. And as always,
Keep on
Clixing. Have a good night.
Good night, fellas.
Night.
Cards hit the table, candles low, sanctum shadows start the show. Strange in the doorway, cloak on spin, low rarity sins, let the ceiling begin. Testing monsters, mystic math, every dialer, risky path. Scopes look sharp, but the powers feel thin. Wespool squint says I'm not all in. Goons crawl out from the corner of the box. Cats hiss loud, get kicked to the rocks. Frank Drake rises, controversial call. Head shaking down the hall. Go, go! Cheap and ready, drop 'em soon. Go, go! Flood the board, control the room. Go, go! Wes says nah, Josh says yes. Go, go! Stay alive, pass the test. Welcome to the strange tales grind. Seal decisions, read between the lines. Defend your case. This is sealed, no time to waste. Missing link smile sees deeper play. Goons got purpose, cats might stay. Nightmare laughs with a triple stare. Mind control spreading everywhere. 3 targets caught in psychic thread. Sealed game chaos in your head. Frank Drake's stud. He says it clean, but the plastic finds what sealed can mean. Two minds clash, but both stand tall. Different reeds still answer the call. Every argument tempers steel. Every sealed pool makes it real. Gone, gone, fill the gap, block the lane. Gone, gone, keep bodies soak the pain. Gone, gone, cats in boxes seal the bay. Gone, gone, love 'em, hate 'em, that's the fate. Josh steps in, weighs the room. Defense over flash, survive the doom. Calls out cracks when stories bend. Plays the balance, foe and friend. Vampire dials, too much to risk. Healing's a gamble, edge too thin. But Dormammu stands 200 strong. One long dive to carry you long. Strange seas plays you never saw. Dracula waits behind the law. Tie break words, cut through the noise. Sealed logic over shiny toys. By tile and die, by sealed and faked, by printed power, points and raped. Open the box, reveal the truth. Show us the blade, the beast, the brute. Astral sight, concealed design, low rarity reads the hidden line. Dormammu waits, nightmare schemes are past the turn, and seal these dreams. Blade steps out, silver truth. No debate, no wasted youth. Must play pool, locked in fate. Damage flying dial stays great through vampires, goons, and nightmare schemes. Blade cuts clean through SEAL team dreams. When the dust falls, one thing's clear. Pull blade once and end the fear. Boxes close, the echoes fade. Every heart take, every blade. Talking clicks, the circle bends until the next strange tale begins.
There's only been one blade. There's only ever gonna be one blade.